Hey folks, we're here at the 2025 ICAST show in Orlando, Florida, and we're talking about a brand new movie coming out called Looking Through Water.
That's right.
Actor Michael Stahl-David is with us today, and my homeboy over here, Mr. Paul Dixon. So, okay, give us a general premise of the movie, the plot, as much as you can give our folks, our fans out there listening before it airs.
Well, the movie starts with Michael Douglas' character taking out his grandson, teenage kid, getting into trouble, surly, out for some fishing. And he starts to tell him the story of how he got this scar, the story of his life, and then that's me. So I play a younger Michael Douglas character who's, a guy who's done really well in business but is not happy. His life's falling apart and is estranged from his dad, who calls him up and says, hey, why don't you come down to a fishing tournament? He's like, I don't even know where you're living. What are you talking about? Where are you? He's like, in Belize. When's the fishing tournament? Tomorrow. What? But he ends up going down and, drama, some romance, and fishing ensue.
So it's all fly fishing, correct?
Yeah, so he goes down for a fly fishing tournament in the flats of Belize.
I got you. So you essentially, if you've never fly fished before, right?
Thankfully, the character is not an expert fly fisherman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's where you come in, Paul, right? Correct?
That's correct.
So you hire Paul Dixon to basically, essentially teach you how to fly cast during the whole part of the movie?
I probably couldn't afford Paul Dixon personally, but he was hired, and I called him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, well you can come out to Long Island, but let's just meet out in Belize. I'll see you in Belize." So get down there, and sure enough, he takes me out on a pier. There's a thunderstorm approaching. He's like, it's fine, we'll be fine. And start learning how to cast, how to paint telephone wires, as he says. And luckily I don't have to be good, but I am supposed to get better.
Throughout the movie,
Throughout
that's
the movie.
the progress.
And it's supposed to click in, and I do hook some fish. So and it was very cool because he took me out to do. First we did kind of stalking in the walking through, in the flats, in the shallows.
Yep.
Yeah, and I had never even heard of sight fishing. Like a lot of people, I guess layman's, my association was river runs through it, rivers.
Sure.
So I had no idea about it. And then he'd be like, okay, there we go. We got some tarpon at 2:00. I'm like, where?
And this
what do you see?
Was this practice or was this actually filming when this was going on?
No, this was practice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this was practice.
So how long did it take you to teach Michael to fly cast, and did he actually become a better fly caster throughout that process?
He actually did. And the interesting thing was when we first started the lessons, I said, okay, here's the basics, gave him the basics and everything else. And being the great actor he was in practice, it was unbelievable how quickly, that he caught on and could actually form loops and make it happen. And that's when I said, something, let's just go to the flats and I'll show you some of the fish and we'll take a look, But he was one of those almost naturals that, he got it down, he could keep the tip straight, form loops and everything else. And there he is. Come on over. This is Cameron Douglas. Cameron, come on in here.
Come say hi.
Here he comes. So
We're just doing a little podcast thing.
yeah, we're doing a little podcast right now. So this movie, when does it actually take place?
Yeah, it takes place in the late 80s,
Late
right?
80s, right? So that's how we got involved at Cortland. Like, Cortland's been in business since 1915, and our good friend Steve had reached out to me, and Paul actually did, to see what kind of memorabilia we had from the 80s, which we have a ton of. So that's where we got involved. We had sent Paul a bunch of stuff to kind of have that date, time, and setting in the movie. So when will this movie air? Where will it air? And how can people find it?
Yeah, well, it's going to be released through AMC in the second week of September. It starts rolling out, so look for it there. And Looking Through Water. And the trailer will be available too very soon, so you can see that. And it's a father and son story. It's sort of about the ways that that men come closer through fishing.
Sure.
And in families, and how when you have a difficult relationship, sometimes getting on the water can help. So that's sort of part of what it is. But yeah, it'll be out on AMC, and then it'll come to streamers and everything.
Perfect.
Later in the year.
Are you going to have Michael out on your boat at Montauk, or is he skilled up to be a Montauk angler?
He absolutely could. You know, hopefully he'll end up soon, and then hopefully Cameron will come join him. You know.
Yeah, right price.
So wait, I did want to tell you about and then I want Cameron, you to talk about what your experiences was having to push those boats. Okay, but we did go out one day. You know what it was like. You know, out on the boat, whole deal, fully wrapped like you're in the desert. You know, your face is wrapped and everything for the sun. And then I finally got something on the line. And then this is where I screwed it up, because then you have to freaking stay calm, right? And bump. No, but I'm just like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I got it, you know? And yeah, of course, I lose it, you know? But that, I did get a taste of why people get addicted to this, you know?
Oh, for sure.
And why it's so, because that being able to stay calm and focused when that high risk moment, right? It's right there, and it's a delicate moment. That is very exciting.
So Cameron, what is your role in the movie? How does that all take place throughout the movie?
Yeah, no, I play Michael's estranged brother, and sort of have a close relationship with our father, and that's the dynamic, really. You know, as I think Michael told you, is essentially, you know, him coming down and trying to find himself, and in the process, sort of reconnect with his father first and foremost, and then sort of develops this relationship with his brother.
So, the rest of the show, this is probably your first ICAST show, I'm assuming. Your first ICAST show. I know it's not your first ICAST. I think this is actually my 10th or 11th one in a row. What are you guys planning on doing the rest of the show? Are you going to promote the movie? Are you going to have a little showing?
We got a booth with with some stuff from the trailer, stuff from the Tarpon Bone and Trust, who's doing some great work with preservation of mangrove and all that kind of stuff. No, we'll be doing this. We'll be going around talking to folks about the movie. There's all these great opportunities for companies to get involved, you know, and we're hoping that this is a film that, you know, like River Runs Through It, can bring a boost to the industry in general. You know, I mean, you know, not that I'm Brad Pitt, but I mean,
I did see the trailer. It is amazing.
No,
it's the real deal.
But look, I mean, we know that this is there's people super passionate about this, and this is not a story. This is not a world that you get to see much on film. And so we're excited to get these folks excited about it. I mean, this is your world, much more than mine. So we're excited to bring that out to, you know.
Is there a website that people can kind of follow? Like, how can people, because there's going to be some different showings around the country, right, at certain parts, I believe, correct?
Yeah, let me speak to that a little bit. So what we've done is we've partnered with Ford and so forth, and we've got a truck that is being wrapped, and it is towing the boat, the 28-foot Bertram that was sunk in the movie. And it will start touring up and down the coast, going to places. And there's a QR code on the truck, and people can spot the truck and win prizes. It'll show up in theaters, in Bass Pro Shops, but you'll be able to track the truck and win prizes by the QR code if you can see the truck. It'll be in New York City right around the last week in August and stuff, because the premiere is September 3rd in New York City, and then it opens at the AMC Theater in Times Square on September 5th. And then there's another premiere in LA on September 10th. And then everything will be rolling by then, and the movie will be opening at AMC theaters throughout the country.
Perfect. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Paul, thank you.
Brooks, thanks so much.
Michael, thank
man.
you.
Nice
Cameron, nice to meet you. Thank you, boys. Enjoy. Appreciate your time today.
All right, thanks a lot.